when I say, oh, I'm from El Salvador, they say, oh, like, so, oh yeah, like, I know, like, MS-13, and I'm like, that's not everything that, like, El Salvador has. Like, we have good food, and we have a good culture, but it gets left out because of how much, gang violence has affected a whole country. It is a big issue in, like, countries where I'm from, where, like, it doesn't matter who you are, professional or, someone illiterate, you're gonna get in some way assaulted. Like, here in Canada, I don't feel like gangs are a huge issue, but in other places in the world, it's the only issue. I think the places that need it more are the places who are actually really affected by it, and I don't think that in Vancouver we actually have, like, we have drug addiction problems, we have that's what we have issues with. But gangs, like, I don't know, they like play it up as if they're hardcore, but these kids have no idea what, like, gang life really is about. They're not as dangerous, they're not as crazy as the media in Vancouver tries to make them out to be, but there's still gangs, and the reason why they, like, start in the first place is because you don't feel like, let's just say, for me, I kind of wanted to feel like I, like, had something to do with my culture. So where I come from, that's what you see all the time, like MS 18th Street this, MS 18th Street this. So when I was here in Van, I kind of felt proud of that in a twisted way, because that's all you see. You don't really see what your culture is. So in the end, as twisted as it may, like, be, so you, like, trick yourself into thinking that that's what your race is about, of being drugged. Like, honestly, when you look at a Hispanic person, what do people say? Oh, you're a drug dealer, a gang member, or wetback, or like a janitor, a cleaning lady, or a nanny. All my friends, we wanted to be cool and wanted to relate to, like, our parents' homeland, but we don't live there. And when we do go down there, all we would see was, like, gangs and stuff. So when we came back up here, kids, like, certain family members of mine too, like, we all felt that was cool. I never necessarily joined the gang, but I had friends who did, who tried to kind of, like, because that's what you feel like, that's what your culture is like, that's what the young people in your culture do, and that's what you see on TV. And you look up El Salvador on YouTube, you're gonna see not sceneries, you're gonna see, people throwing it up and stuff. And so I don't know, like, racism is a big part of why gangs are never gonna finish. Because when you put people or races, like black and Hispanic races, into a box, saying that, oh, this is what your culture looks like over the years, you're gonna want to connect, because you don't feel like you fit in with the mainstream, race here. You want to connect to the people you're from. So you get misguided, and you don't actually understand what real culture and family is. And I feel like here, people who think that they're gangsters or think that they, like, are hardcore, they should take a reality check and actually, like, realize that really what they do here in Vancouver is nothing. If they went down to my country, they would get made, like, not even made fun of, but people would just be like, bam, bam, in the face, and that's it. And I have to realize that, you're privileged to live in a country where that doesn't necessarily exist. Anti-gang movements should be happening, but they don't, because if you even tried to talk against whatever these gangs are doing, you get killed automatically. Like, there's no talking against them or saying anything.